I'm going to help her. So this is also good as you grow in your leadership to know your team's reasons why and to keep them in a journal or to keep them in a spreadsheet. Another good reason this is important is if you ever have someone falter, oh, somebody told me no, I can't do this, You're going to let one person that told you no keep you from this? Don't do that. And if you know that and you have that power to remind them that, and guys, this is so important. So make sure that you are very, very clear tonight on what your reason why is, and I highly recommend writing it down. Two primary focuses inside of I, and it's not even focuses really. You can do both, or you can run with either, and that's okay. You can build a solid team right now inside of this company, no doubt about it, through just getting customers, through the consumer model, right? I mean, to have 2,500 in PQV, you're maxing out your commissions there, and you're making a little over $600 a month. That might not be life-changing for you, but guess what? For the average American, that helps a lot. It puts a giant dent or a giant relief inside of their family budget every month. So you can absolutely build a business this way, or you can build a business by recruiting a team, right? There's no right or wrong way. Some of the top earners in the company will tell you they figured out how to do both. Or maybe they have a way they prefer, but as leaders they go, okay, there's other people in my team that might want to build it a different way, and that's okay. So they figured out how to help them build it either one of these ways, okay? So both are good, and both work. Getting customers starts with you. So if no one's ever told you, right, people are watching. People are watching you. They are, right? So you have to ask yourself a question. It's not written on here, but I think it's a good litmus test to ask yourself, would I work with me through social media? If I looked at my social media page, would I work with me right now? Right? Because a lot of people, this is not a boss calling you. This is not a W-2. This is 1099. You're your own boss, right? And a lot of people ask themselves, oh, okay, well, if I'm my own boss, I'm the CEO of my Vice Alice business, what story am I painting out there? What are people seeing? Am I a person that they should want to align with, right? And am I on challenge? That doesn't mean you have to be, you have to have abs like Nick and Tyrone, That doesn't mean you're on challenge.
Like Tyrone.
Right? That doesn't mean you have 5 kids and as thin as Ashley Guerra. That doesn't constitute, whether or not you're on challenge. If you're taking our products, you're on challenge, right? If you're like, I'm down 3 pounds in my first week, today I'm drinking a shake. Today I didn't feel like working out at all, but here I am because I'm on challenge. In fact, as you're transforming and going through your transformation, in my personal opinion, that's the best time to market your challenge. That's why it drives me crazy when I hear people say, well, I'm going to go ahead and wait till I lose the weight, and then I'm going to promote the challenge. No! You're missing, this whole incredible marketing opportunity, right, online for you to post your transformation so they can watch you through social media. Do you know all of our products? And if you do, which ones aren't your favorites? Tell people the truth. You're creating custom kits. You are their transformation coach. You are the product expert, right? I mean, I'll straight up tell people, I love lemon Neuro. I don't like the way the raspberry tastes. You might like it. I don't, right? What's your favorite bar? I love peanut butter and jelly. If you've got kids, grab a box for you and for them because they're going to eat them all, right? You've got to know our products because that builds trust and collaboration with your customers as well. And as a company, we really want to get good at that entire customer experience, that entire circle there. Use them every day. Be on the right kit. I am so passionate about this. When people say, well, I have this great customer, I have this one, and, she says she wants to lose 50 pounds, but she's on the balance kit, and she needs to be on the custom kit or the transformation kit. And then you'll go look at their auto shit. Guess what kit they'll be on? The balance kit. Be your own best customer, right? It's just the law of life. If you want other people to do it, then you've got to do it. Especially in a business like this, you have to lead by example. Is everybody going to be able to go in and look at your auto ship? No, they're not going to be able to do that. But just be congruent anyway. You know, that's what leadership is about. It's just being congruent and refusing to ask somebody to do something that you're not doing. Lead the healthy lifestyle and then always stay on challenge. Again, that doesn't mean you have to have the perfect body. That just means you're on a challenge. Project 10, Body by Vi and Vi Life. This is the progression. We have a lot of success here. And psychologically, it's because a lot of people go, oh, I don't want to change everything about my life yet, right? I just want to see if this works. So just to get them focused on those first 10 pounds is a really good place to go.
Right.
One thing that I love, and this is my nerdy side, but when you help someone, whether you knew this or not, it's incredible to me. When you help someone lose 10 pounds, you are adding a year to their life. Can you believe that? For people that are overweight, if you help them lose 10 pounds, you can add a year to their life. That's crazy to me. Like, what is a year of your life value to you? 365 days more with your family, you know, with pursuing passions. I mean, that to me is just, this is exciting. And then obviously we want to transition folks into the 90-day challenge. A lot of people will see their weight loss results within 90 days. Well, we got to transition them over into a kit for maintenance. Or what is your next goal, right? You're always getting them on a next goal. And then obviously the Vi Lifers are those that have stayed on their products for an entire year, and we will be recognizing them like crazy. Maximizing 3 for free and VIP rewards. This is really good. I love this because when I really started diving in with the challenge, over the years I realized that there's just a lot of people that don't believe they can get their product for free. There's a lot that do, don't get me wrong, but there's a lot of people that just don't think they can have 3 people at the same time on a kit to get theirs for free. But you know what I love about the new VIP rewards model? Almost everybody, and this is why I believe it's working so well focusing on the consumer, believes they can at least get a discount on their groceries, right? Maybe it's American culture, you know, we get coupons, everybody thinks they can get a percentage off, but people believe they can get a discount on their groceries. So this is really important to me, is that kind of transition in our minds to making sure that if people don't think they can get their product for free, they're at least trying to get points so that they can get a discount on their food. They can redeem the points for a bunch of stuff now. It doesn't have to be just product. I'll recommend to everybody in the room as an entrepreneur who's in a health business, I would personally either cash my points in for product or samples. I mean, because samples are a return on your investment. And that's probably going to make you a lot more than the Beats headphones. Yeah, that's just my piece of advice. Get what you want. You can accumulate your points for like a full 6 months. And there's going to be all kind of stuff that we're adding to this as well this year. And there's a lot of our top earners that believe this is probably one of the biggest, most positive changes that we've made in 2016, is this VIP rewards program. You know, Nick said the other day, long term what I want is just our customers having these VIP rewards parties in their homes so they can get a free massage. You know, a free massage or some free groceries. That's a whole lot better, in my opinion, than a free lipstick. You know, we've got, stay-at-home, single moms that are just working their butts off now, that, couldn't afford anything but fast food, that are now able to give their children $500 in healthy food every month. And, you hear their stories and you're like, man, we are on the right path. We are doing the right thing. And that feels really, really good.
Just run this map.
Mm-hmm.
Go back a slide.
Yeah.
So, guys, we just came up with some new math, so I'm going to erase that slide from your mind. It's going to come out this weekend. But when we made these slides, this was before we came out with custom kits, right? So now we have custom kits, and then this weekend, how many of you guys are familiar with the Max discount kit? Mm-hmm. That's going to be called a Premier kit, right? So the custom kit Premier is our way of saying free shipping, or buy Premier, free shipping, 15% off. So that way you have a name as opposed to Max discount. Buy Premier. I'm on the Premier kit, Max discount, 15% off. Now, let me show you guys duplication. Now, the room in here probably is divided. And it may even be more towards one direction based on who your leader is, right? Because as I'm looking around this room, it may even be 80-20 one direction. How many of you guys consider yourself to be, I'll give you both options and you decide. a person that's going to be a good customer gatherer, and you're going to build a team of good customer gatherers. I mean, you're going to have a smaller team that's going to do a lot more volume through customers. Who kind of feels that way through your team, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And how many of you guys feel like you're going to have a bigger team that will, because you're more of a rank driver, more of a recruiter rank driver, putting people into the opportunity that may have less customers, but is going to have more promoters and maybe less customers, by a show of hands. Okay, you have to feel one or the other. So we'll try them again. Now that you heard both, who feels you're like probably going to have a smaller team but big revenue because you'll have more customer gathering inside your team? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And how many guys feel that's going to be a little bit more promoter heavy, a little bit lower customer volume, by show of hands? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's about 50-50. I was going to say 50-50. So let me give you some math. This is for I'm a rank driver. I'm not a customer gatherer. Let me give you some math. If you have scenario A, which is a rank driver on a shape kit who doesn't get it for free because he doesn't care about customers. He's just going to put people in the business. And he duplicates or she duplicates a team 4 levels deep of a shape kit, a $99 kit with no customers versus a residual check of somebody that's personally on a Premier kit that they're getting for free. Premier kit for free, option B. Option A, $99 kit, not getting it for free, no customers, because they're all about the business. Same amount of promoters, 3 who refer 3, 4 levels deep. You'd have 3, 9, 27, 81. A total of 120 promoters for Team A and a total of 120 promoters for Team B. The difference in check would be shape kit times 120 people with no customers, $595. Premier kit getting it for free times 120 promoters, $3,700 residual check. That's only one of the 11 ways we pay. If you're a real rank driver, you got to understand that your check is tied to customers. So it would be advantageous for you to duplicate everybody in the room, even if you don't get to 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 in PBV personally. Just get on a Buy Premier kit and get it for free, which would require you to spend $255, because you're 300, 15% off is $255, against your grocery bill anyways, so it's gonna be a zero-sum gain. And then you gotta go get in customer volume, 1,000 in customer volume. 1,000. You don't need 2,000, 5,000, 10,000. You need 1,000. You got 1,000 in customer volume, your $255 is free. It's actually 1,015, but you get the idea. You got to get to 1,000 in customer volume to get yours free, and then duplicate that. It's a difference of a check of $590 to $3,600 through 4 generations of referral. You don't even want me to go to 5 generations of referral. I didn't even do it because the difference would be so ridiculous on 5th generation of referral. Just 4 levels deep, 500 versus 3,600. Do we got it?
Yeah.
Something I want to add there, which is a huge aha for me personally, and a transition in the way I used to think to the way I think now, is the example Nick just gave you guys was just building through promoters. He didn't even talk about building in depth through just customers. There's a shift that's happening right now. People are the John and Matt Pars of the world. Half of their parties every month that are VIP awards parties are through just their customers. So imagine that mindset plus being able now to build through your customers and promoters. That's where it gets really fun, okay? In the language of the industry, that volume is called high and tight. And you want as much high and tight volume as you can get, right? That's where your business becomes extremely lucrative. So really, really great point. Customers are big money. This is exactly the concept Nick was talking about. Either one is fine. Both is best. In fact, my personal best would be to build a team of promoters who are really good at getting customers. And it would blow your mind, the math, to figure out whatever rank it is that you desire for your family, because usually that rank is attached to a money goal, right? However much money you want to make, attach it to a rank goal, go backwards. Whatever that is, you would be blown away to realize how few people you need in your team at 1,000 or 2,500 in PQB to hit your goal. It's a lot less than the number of promoters you would need to hit that goal if you just helped everybody go out there and get 1,000 or 2,500 in PQB. So something very important to think about. My personal goal, and I'll share this with you guys, is that by the end of the year, 80% of Vi revenue will come from the consumer. That's a good goal, right? Guess what? That would make us the unicorn in the industry. Like, that doesn't exist in our industry, and it's going to happen, mark my words. So help your customers get customers, and start challenge groups. One thing for me as well is that challenge groups, it's obviously the people are going to lose weight faster if they're working out, right? I mean, we don't sell, our shakes aren't magic. It's all about calorie reduction. So if you can help them reduce more calories by getting active and working out, they're going to have better results. Are results good for your business?
Great.
Yes. We are all walking billboards of the challenge, right? And how many walking billboards do you want in your team? Then do challenge groups. But challenge groups, that's what they're best for. Retention. As a business owner, and we're having our first business training tonight, right? As a business owner, you want happy customers, and you want them to stay around for a very long time. Because it's one thing to get them, it's another thing to keep them. And you know what? The top PQV people in our entire company, I work with a lot of them on a daily basis, the folks with 10, 12, 15 consistently every month, 1,000, 15,000 in PQV, guess what they do? They figured out how to keep customers and then add a few every month too. Keep them, add some. Keep them, add some. All right? So an extremely important part of that is challenge groups. Most of them are consistently running challenge groups. And not just them, inside of their customers and their team as well, and they're plugging folks in. You guys understand challenge groups as a concept. This is the goal of them, consumption, right? To try more products, to have another way to get people to try our products. You know, are there people in your family, think about your own family, that may not show up to a VIP rewards party or a challenge party, but that you know they'll show up for a free workout, right? Whoa, it's free, yeah, I'll come. There you go. How many people are you missing by not running that model? You're retaining them longer, we talked about that, and then reproduction, and it's really going to become more and more of an honor as we nail this down, is helping folks, once they hit director, learn the importance of how to set up and run their own challenge groups, okay? So that's something that we're going to talk about tonight as well. Here's why you want challenge groups for those business minds in the room that like numbers. Challenge groups hosts have a 250% higher PQV. Well, call me crazy, but that's all I needed to know. Okay, I'll walk around the neighborhood. Do you have to love working out and be a fitness pro to run a challenge group? No. In fact, there's more people like you if you're not. You know, a lot of the moms run the groups where they just walk on the neighborhood, and their kids walk too, and they have the strollers. They make it a family thing, right? One of the most important things about our type of industry is community. And if you can plug people into a community, you're going to keep them longer, right? As human beings, most of us are naturally social. We like being around people that we have something in common with. Tonight's fun. Tonight was awesome, you know, having our dinner together and doing our potluck because we all have something in common. Yeah, other people want that as well, and you can give them that through these challenge groups. The promoters have a 250% higher PQV, the ones that attend them. That's another aha moment, right? Probably one of the reasons is that they can bring guests with them. You want as many guests as possible at your challenge groups. And then the customers spend 12% more per month. Well, how does that happen? Well, they're standing there, you know, next to C. Anthony, and C. Anthony drinks a Go shot. And they're like, I didn't even know y'all have Go. I've just been ordering Neon. What is this? Oh, you got to try this. It's just an awesome opportunity for them to hear about the stories and watch folks that are leading the Vi life. Start your group, run your group, grow your group, and then eventually reproduce your group. That's the goal, and this business is always duplication. The host, checkin.challenge.com. That's worth saving in your phone if you haven't heard of that website yet. Extremely important. It's a great way for you to build your own points. And points, just so you know, VIP rewards points are just like money. It's the same thing, right? 1 point is equal to $1. So if you have 50 points at the end of the month, you're getting $50 in free groceries. It's money, right? So make sure that you have that in your phone and that in your phone. You're going to set it up at this, and then you're going to take your, if you have people that are like, oh, how do I do it? I just grab their phone, and I just show them and do it for them. That's the best thing to do. And then give them their code, or, just read it off of your phone and type it in theirs, and push boom. And they've got points. When they buy, they've got even more points off their next order, and you get the points for them showing up, okay? So this is all positive for retention and for you earning points. If you're ready to host a challenge group, there's always trainings you can watch. If you feel like, okay, I need to know a little bit more than we're going to have time for tonight, groups.vi.com will walk you through it. There's also live videos and training that you can watch to check it out. All right, so we talked about those 2 focuses. Babe, is this where you're up? Okay, that's what I thought. So, well, he doesn't really need an introduction. Let's just say this. He's created 54 millionaires. Nick Sarnicola.
He's a caveman.
Love you.
Everybody else saw that movie?
Which one?
Encino Man.
Oh my gosh.
About 20 years old.
Yeah.
And the introduction's like,
My memory's not that good, but yeah, I watched it.
he's a caveman. All right. Boom. Take the top 2 things you learned so far. Let's lock them in. The top 2 things you learned so far.
When he helps. Oh, I thought we were saying it.
Sorry, lock them in. Top 2 things you learned so far.
Leading a healthy lifestyle.
Just because the mind can only handle as much as the bottom can endure. Stand up, find something you don't know real well, get there too, tell them you're two. Here's your 90 seconds to refresh your bottom. Go, 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 go.
PQB.
You gotta stand up though, that's the rule. You gotta stand up, Martin.
Because they're good. So it's not,
Yeah.
That's the number it's talking about, right?
3, 2, 1. Give it up, clap, 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 clap. That was pitiful, do it again. All right, well guys, let's shift gears. Second parts of what we do is not only get customers, but we also build a team. So, we're going to talk about some stuff. There's 2 pieces to this training, and for future reference for AG, our secretary, anytime we do a director training, we need 80 blueprints. So I'll never remember to do the copies. So there's a piece missing from this because, like I said, this training is pre-New Year. and we've been waiting to see how the last 90 days kind of unraveled before we put together a new director training. It's still 80% on, a couple slight adjustments. But one of the big adjustments is, this is going to be about you guys going to area director. This training now, director training is about you going to area director. And then bits and pieces of it are still about going to RD. All of you guys are in a different rank right now. If you're a director, this training is about going to area director. If you're an area director, this training is about going to RD. If you're an RD, this training is about how to train your new directors. Raise your hand if you're an RD or above in the room. You've got to master this, what me and Ashley are doing. When a director breaks, you got to sit down, put them through it. Now, if you're brand new RD, guess what? Lean on C. Anthony and do it together. Lean on Ash and Gons, do it together. Lean on Tyrone, do it together. Lean on Martin, do it together. Right, so you guys have people you can do it with, right? But you don't have to wait for Nick and Ashley to go through it if you don't want to. If somebody hits director, put them through it. The slides are in the National Director Shareholder back office. So, in fact, RDs, you probably wouldn't put them through it by yourself. Maybe shareholders would. In fact, you guys can't even get access to the slides. But everyone else that's a shareholder, anytime a rising star breaks, like if I was in a scenario where I'm trying to go from shareholder to ambassador, if I broke a new rising star, I'm not waiting for anybody. I'm sitting down with them tomorrow. Let me put you through director training. If I believe they can handle, if that's what they want, and I believe they can handle. Okay, so we're going to focus on running you guys to area director. If you're already area director, if you're a director right now, we need 3 rising stars. That can be a customer rising star, someone that wants to go get it through customers, or a rising star director, somebody that wants to go get it through promoters. Doesn't matter. If you're already an area director, we got to take you to regional, which means you got to find 6 rising stars. So to 3, you need 6. So it's really the same content. We just got to increase your velocity, right? Now, I can tell you this. Anyone that wants to go to regional director in 90 days, 90 minutes a day for 90 days. That's regional director. If you wanted to go to area director, 45 minutes a day for 90 days. If you want to go to area director 90 days from now. You said I want to go to area director in 30 days. 90 minutes a day right now. I want to go to regional director in 30 days. You got to spend 3 hours a day right now, right? And all the time commitment, by the way, is offset by influence. The more skilled you are, the more influence you have, the less time commitment you need. The less skilled you are, the more time commitment you need. Something's got to give, right? You can't, well, I don't have any skills and I don't want to commit any time. Well, I'm sorry. I don't have a magic pill for you, right? So, if you put your time in somewhere else as a fill in the blank, a pilot, as a lawyer, Stu spent his whole life in training, influencing people as a lawyer. It's not really hard to for him to get someone to look at a website. It's like he's got that skill set, but he put that time in somewhere else. If you didn't put that time in somewhere else, well, then you got to put that time in here. Right? So you have to spend time, repetition. You have to put more hours in to catch up to somebody that got that education somewhere else. Okay? But you tell me the rank, and I can tell you how much time you need to put in and how many days. And if you're highly skilled, then it's going to take less time. But the key is where you're spending your time. Your time's going to be spent primarily on income-generating activities. I'm going to give you guys 3 places every hour you spend in our business should be spent. 25% of your time should be spent on education. 25% of your time should be spent on retention. 50% of your time should be spent on income-generating activities. And no, those are not black and white. 25 on education, 25 on retention, 50 on income-generating activities. And it's not black and white. The higher you go up in rank, the less time you'll probably spend on education. That's going to reduce. If I can get a leader like an Ashley or like a C. Anthony to spend 10% of their time on education, they're going to grow like a weed. Right? But if you're brand new, a brand new person, how many people do they have to retain if they're brand new? Zero. So education, they don't need any time spent on retention. They can spend 35% on education and 65% on income-generating activities. If you have a little itty-bitty team, if you're a director, customers and promoters, you got a couple of them, your retention time is 10%. As your team grows, you're going to have, when you start, most of your time is going to be spent on education, 30%, 70% on income generating activities. Oh, wait, now I got a team. Okay, 10% retention. Now I got a medium-sized team. Okay, 20% retention. But nothing should be spent more than 25% of your time on retention. I can look at some of the leaders in our business where they spend 95% of their time on retention, 5% on income generating activities, and 0 on education. It's like, you guys got this backwards. What do you mean 95% of retention? Meaning they're only taking phone calls from people that are already in their team. They're only talking to people that are already in the team. That's retention. Right? You may not be consciously going, I'm making a retention call. But if you're only talking to people that are already in, that's retention. Education is putting the earbuds in, reading, this training, logging onto a conference call. That's all education. If you got onto a team call, education. You got listened to a vet video, education. You showed up to a training, education. So what is an income generating activity? Well, let me tell you what's not. All the stuff I listed. But here's what doesn't fit into any category. Scrolling through Facebook. Newsfeed, 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 newsfeed. That's got nothing to do with what we do. If you left 400 comments on Visal's promoters' pages, I don't know, maybe I'll give you a nickel's worth of retention, but that's not time spent in the business. Oh well, I was looking at my contacts on my phone, figuring out who I'm going to talk to. There's no compensation plan for you scrolling through your phone. Like, you don't get a bonus for scrolling through your phone. You get a bonus for pressing talk, but you don't get one for scrolling through your phone. Well, I've just been getting my list ready. There is no residual payment for getting your list ready. There's no car payment for that. That doesn't fit in any of the categories. Those are all excuses to avoid doing the things that generate income. Let me share with you guys what an income generating activity is in really short explanation or phrase. Talking to someone who's not already in. Anytime you're talking to someone who's not already in about what we do, if you're like, well, I was talking to all these people. You went to a birthday party, and you didn't talk about what we do once. Like, I'm just building my network. I'm going to talk to them later. That's not an income generating activity, right? An income generating activity is you consciously said, for the next 45 minutes, I'm locking myself in this room. My spouse is going to watch the kids, or the sitter, or my oldest, or whatever, and I am not going to do anything but attack this list. That's an income generating activity. A challenge party is income generating activity. A challenge hour is the greatest income generating activity we have, a challenge hour. Because that's where you're contacting 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people in an hour. Unless, of course, you're calling up people that are already in, then it's retention. What about a challenge group? A challenge group is retention. That's part of your retention plan. Because 90% of people that show up to a challenge group are already in. 95%. Is a challenge group good? Absolutely. If a customer stays twice as long, is that good for your income?
Yes.
Absolutely. Is retention important?
Yes.
Absolutely. Now, one of the things, that pops in people's brain is, man, sounds like I'm always going to be recruiting, talking to new people. Man, if this is what we're always going to be recruiting, I don't know if I want to do this. Well, let's talk about that. First of all, you don't always have to be recruiting. You can be a part of what we do and never recruit anybody. You can be the greatest challenge taker and community activist we have, and you're welcome here. Because you're going to learn, you're going to grow, you're becoming a better version of yourself. But just don't lie to yourself and don't lie to your leader. Just be like, look, let me tell you why I'm here. I like hugs. I like getting skinny, and I like hugs. I may or may not ever talk to anybody. And you may think that we're not going to want to hear that. I would rather hear that than lies all day long. I'm going to call everybody. I'm going to talk to everybody. Oh, just wait. I'm going to go. And we get all excited, and you get all excited, and it's not true. Just figure out what you really want to do at this moment, because it'll change. And let's just do that. Let's just do that instead, okay? So there's a place for somebody who doesn't want to go do income generating activities. We have a home for you.
But it's not gonna. You're not gonna grow a business or a team without income generating activities. Every sales organization, no, not sales. Delete. Every organization in the world. Every.
Recruit.
Like every organization must recruit nonstop, or they will cease to exist as an organization. You name me an organization, and they're either recruiting or they're going backwards, and they'll eventually be extinct. Do colleges recruit?
Yes.
Do religions recruit?
Yes.
Do militaries recruit?
Yes.
Do corporations recruit?
Yes.
Do nonprofits recruit?
Yes.
Do fraternities recruit?
Yes.
Do fill in the blank. Do we recruit?
Yes.
Does your team need to recruit?
Yes.
And if all these things don't recruit, they'll cease to exist. It doesn't matter what. Do sports teams recruit?
Yes.
Do universities sports teams recruit?
Yes.
It's the number one thing they thrive off is recruiting. Recruiting is the number one thing a sports team thrives off, is getting in the living rooms of unsigned athletes and convincing them to go to the school. You will cease to exist as an organization if you don't recruit. All the time? All the time. It's not a network marketing thing. Somehow that became a stigma. It's like, well, they just always recruiting all the time. Well, yeah, because we're an organization who's trying to grow. And you're an organization who's trying to grow. That's why you recruit. If you don't want to grow, you do not have to recruit. There's not a rule book that says you must recruit. It says you must recruit if you want to grow. That's the correlation there. Does that help everybody?
Yes.
So you just decide, what do I want? Do I want to grow or do I not want to grow? How much do I want to grow? How fast do I want to grow? And then you decide, not you decide, then we'll tell you how much you must recruit. It's a formula. It's a formula. Okay. So if you said to me, I want to go regional director, great. You must enroll 8 promoters on average personally to do that. That's the company average. Look at this in groups of 3. 3 to get you to Rising Star. 3 more to get you to AD. 3 more to get you to RD. Probably 5, 6 more to get you to shareholder because you're tripling your business, right? That'll put you at 15 personals. Probably another 10 more to get you to ED. That'll put you at 25 personals. Probably another 25 more to get you to PD. That's 50 personals. Maybe not that many. Probably 50 personals could take you to ambassador. 30 to 50 personals. So what if you think about it? You recruited 50 people personally, and 1 out of every 15 of them went to executive director. And that's how you win ambassador. What's the volume an executive director needs? 50,000. What's an ambassador need? 150,000. So if you have 3 executive directors, every 15 you recruit personally, you got 45 personals, you can count on going ambassador. But let's back it all the way down. 3 are going to get you to director. 6 will get you to area director. 9 will get you to regional director. That's an easy way to look at it. Your first 3 are not going to be the same 3 that take you to area director. And those 3 will not be the same 3 that take you to regional director. How many of you guys have a career that you're at for an extended period of time? How long were you there, or have you been there?
I've changed jobs 6 times.
The current one.
7 years.
Have the faces changed in the last 7 years?
Yes.
How often?
Depends on the direction of the company.
Sure.
And at first, no one left. Then the company changed, and lots of changes since then.
Yep.
And as fast as within 6 months.
And guess how often companies are going to change directions?
All the time.
All the time. Why? Just the marketplace change? How often?
All the time.
So the people you recruited for the current marketplace might not be the ones that you'll need for where the marketplace turns to. Guys, 10 years ago, we were a Vipack company. All we sold was a box with 4 bottles in it called the Vipack. Nothing else. 5 years later, we were a challenge company. Within 7 years total, 2 years later, we had the #1 meal replacement shake in North America. Now we're a pantry company. I want to walk into people's cupboards. I want to empty out everything, and I'll put healthy stuff in it. You know, and we're in the early stages of this play. Early stages, couple months. Why? Because we finally have enough things in the menu that we can start pulling stuff out and put stuff in. But man, when we got a half a dozen meal replacements, right now we got 3. When we get to a half a dozen, 7, 8 meal replacements, when we get to 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 healthy snacks, when we get to 4, 5, or 6 different drinks, when you got ready to drink shakes in a can or a box, you got bags of it, you got cereal, you got pastas, you got jerky, you got soups, you got ramen noodle, boom, just add hot water, you got 15 grams of protein in a ramen noodle. This is all the next 3 to 5 years. We're going to be cleaning out some pantries, right? And that means the average revenue per promoter for you, meaning if a promoter is getting a customer to spend $300 on average instead of $150, you're going to have somebody that goes and gets 5 customers, 10 customers is going to have 2,000, 3,000 in volume personally. You have a team of 10 and you'll be a shareholder. As opposed to, you know what you had to do in sales to get to 25,000 in sales 10 years ago? You needed a team of about 100 people to get to 25,000 in sales. Promoters. Because nobody got customers. They just got the ViPack, got other people to get the ViPack. Then when we launched the challenge, well, that changed. That went from 125 average revenue per promoter to 400. Now we're at 680. Soon we'll be at 1,000 average revenue per promoter because the menu's growing. So you have more options. Make sense? Say yes?
Yes.
Okay. So what do you need to do to keep this going? You need to keep the funnel full. Follow up with your first 25 people. You threw 25 people in the funnel, I bet you got a bunch on the fence. How many of you guys got 10 people that haven't said yes, that haven't said no, they're just sitting there? Hey, guys, listen. You're not trying to close them. You're trying to get to closure. 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 Not close them, closure. Is a yes closure?
Yes.
Is a no closure?
Yes.
It's closure. How do you get to closure the fastest? Get out of the way and get somebody else on the phone with them. What does that mean? If somebody else is on the phone with them, they can say, hey, Manny, I know you looked at everything. I know you've been through everything. Can I ask you a question? What's holding you back? What's stopping you from getting started? That's stuff that a lot of you guys won't say to your own cousin. Right? You'll beat around the bush. And it's normal. Because a prophet's never welcome in his own hometown. That's why a prophet went to another town. If you don't know the quote. A prophet's never welcome in his own hometown means that prophet, when he looked at his own buddies, so look at him going, you ain't no prophet. You're my cousin. I remember when you used to pee your pants. I remember when you used to do stupid stuff. Right? That's why a prophet's never welcome in his own hometown. Prophet goes one town over, guess what he is?
Prophet.
Put someone else on the phone. Then I want you to dump 25 new ones in. Hour a day. Hour a day. Hour a day. You cannot build this business for 7 hours in one day and take the next 6 days off. It will not work. Let me show you what will happen. I'm going to call 25 people today and talk to 25 people, and you spend 5 hours doing that. You get 25 people on the line, 10 minutes times 5. Every hour you got 5 done. Or every hour you got 10 done. And 5 hours later, you're talking to 50 people. Sorry, did I say 25%? 25. So five people an hour, 5 conversations an hour. You're like, wow, I'm so burnt out. I worked so hard on myself today, which you did. I need a break. So right now you got 25 people that are looking at a website, a video, whatever, a sample, and you don't follow up for a week. What do you think you're going to have to do with every single one of those 25 people? You have to start completely over because you let them sit. You were better served calling 5 and the next day following up with 3 and calling 3 new ones. And the next day, following up with 2 and calling 3 new ones. And the next day, following up with 3 and calling 2 new ones. And the next day, following up with 3 and calling 3 new ones. Until you got to 25 that way. You were way better served that way. Because you're doing it all in 72-hour windows. Every 72 hours, you're getting yeses and nos and yeses, and you're moving people forward and scratching people up. Moving people forward and scratching people up. That's how you build a business. It's just like you can't go to the gym. How many of you guys, have ever gone for a jog? How many of you guys have ever said, I'm going to jog 7 hours today and take the next 7 days off because I'll be fine? Doesn't make any sense, does it? Jogging 7 hours today is called a double marathon, by the way. That's what the jogging 7 hours today is. Always be asking for referrals. Anytime you get a no, ask this question. Who do you know who? You'll never run out of people to talk to. Who do you know who? Manny, say, hey, you know what? I've been thinking about it. It's not really for me.
I've been thinking about it. It's not really for me.
Hey, not a problem. Let me ask you a question. Who do you know other than you who's, like morbidly obese, like 50 pounds, 60 pounds more, looks like you're scared for their health? You have an uncle, cousin. Who's the one person in the family ever scared for their health?
My aunt and
Your
my
aunt?
cousin, yeah.
Now, did I create an image in your mind of somebody, person to you?
Yeah.
If you guys will create a description of the person you're looking for, you'll create a person in their mind. And now watch this. He can't say no to this. Do you mind if I try to do something good for your aunt, maybe save her life? What's he gonna say? No, kill my aunt. No, let her die. No, he's gonna say, you know what? I would love for you to call my aunt. This is how you have an infinite lead funnel. We try it another way. Hey, no problem, Manny. Who do you know other than you that likes to work out? That's more of those that workout nut that's always in the gym.
Tyrone.
Tyrone?
Boy, Tyrone. He's always there. Gym rat.
Gym rat, cool. Do you mind? Can I reach out to him? I'd like to get some tips for some of my customers. Like tell him about what we're doing, tell him about the challenge. He obviously likes challenges and goals for his health. Can I reach out to him? Tell him what we're up to.
Yeah, for sure.
By the way, it's really hard for someone you know to say no to you twice in a row. Moreover, he's going to be relieved that this is now Tyrone's problem and no longer yours. I promise you guys. I've been doing this for 19 years. He's like, oh, thank God. Call Tyrone. Yes, please. Tyrone can deal with you. Right? No problem. No problem, Manny. Question: Who do you know that's always trying to lose that last 5 to 10 pounds? They're like always on a diet. The infinite dieters, like the lifetime dieters.
My mom.
Your
man.
mom. See, you can create an image all the time. Manny, who do you know other than you? By the way, you don't say all these questions to Manny. You just get your 1 or 2 and move on.
Yeah.
You can circle back to him later, but don't just keep grilling him. Okay, man, who do you know other than you that's entrepreneurial, is always doing side businesses, always trying to make a little extra money on the side?
My uncle.
Cool. Now, are you giving me real answers, by the way?
I am.
'Cause I'm creating images in his
Right.
mind. Does this help?
Yes.
Should. It always works. Now, if you have a friend or family member, and you say, who do you know? And they give you a name, and they refuse to let you talk to them, that should tell you a lot about your friend or family.
So,
What they're saying to you is, oh, you have a restaurant? Not only am I not going to go there, but I'm not even going to send anybody there that is perfect for going there. You might want to reevaluate that relationship. I have no problem with people in your circle that aren't interested in what we do, for clarity. 95% of my friends and family don't do what we do, but they support it. And the ones that don't, they're not a part of my circle. They're not a part of my circle. They never have been. Because if I had a restaurant, and you were my cousin, and you were talking to all my other family saying, I hate their stupid restaurant. Great. Well, won't we want to see your face a lot, especially at my restaurant, right? So your people you know will take your business as serious as you take it. Always be creating relationships. I can do a 20-minute training on this. I'll just keep it short. Every stranger has a chance to become a friend, and every friend has a chance eventually to be a part of what we do if you choose to even talk to them about what we do. But I will tell you this, your net worth will be determined by your network. Your net worth will be determined by your network, so why are you not always adding to your network? Might as well. Maybe you just meet someone and you connect them to somebody else. I do that all the time. Anytime I meet a new person, you know what the first thing I do? I find out what they do, and I say, you need to talk to this person, you need to talk to this person, you need to talk to that person. Do you know how easy it is for me to then tell them what I do? It's like I've already provided value. I give them tips, I give them feedback. All right. This is the blueprint we got to get filled out for regional director. Remove the bottom. 1, 2, 3 is the blueprint we got to get filled out for director. How are we doing on time? Whoa! For time's sake, guys, I got to move. I got to call in 15 minutes. So, here's what I do want to cover is this right here. Your goal is to stamp out rising stars. Rising stars. It's not directors anymore. Stamp out rising stars. Rising stars. Rising stars. Rising stars. What's your goal? Stamp out what?
Rising stars.
Rising stars. Tell the person next to you. Your goal is to stamp out rising stars. Tell them.
Rising stars.
Tell the person next to you on the other side. My goal is to stamp out rising stars. Tell the whole group. I'm going to stamp out rising stars. There's 3 steps to do that. We are a repetitive process of 3 steps. Over and over and over and over and over again. We don't put hot sauce on it. We don't, even if you are Jamaican, you don't put any jerk sauce on it. We had a conversation earlier, Martin. Are you 100% Jamaican?
Yes.
100%.
Yes.
No Latin.
No.
Man, I screwed that one up.
No, but the discussion about Puerto Rico, I lived there for 4 years,
Yeah.
so I was made a citizen.
I classified you. I gave you a new citizenship. It was
So I
called
heard.
Jamaica Rican.
That's what I heard. See, hablo español.
Honorary Jamaica Rican. Okay, so no hot sauce. Meaning the system's the system. What happens is people get bored of running the system, but they forget the system's for the newest person. And you know who doesn't know the system?
The new person.
It's all brand new to them. Everything's new to them. It's like a newborn. And you know what the worst thing for a newborn is? Their parents.
Yeah.
It's like the information that gets dumped from parent to kid is what a lot of times turns that kid into who they are. Bad information. It's the environment. You have a new promoter. We only do 3 things. And we do it over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. And your ability to do it better and cleaner and faster means the repetition of 1,000 people doing it. Chipotle. How many Chipotles you been to? Approximately.
A whole lot.
More than 5? Who's been to 5 different Chipotles? 10 different Chipotles. How do they look? The same or different?
Same.
All of them?
Yes.
Who's been to 10 different McDonald's in their life? 20 different McDonald's in your life. Not recently, in your life. I've been to 20 different McDonald's in my life. I haven't been to one in 20 years. How do they look? The same or different?
Same.
Where's the French fries? Left or right?
Left.
Where's the burger chute?
Right in the middle.
Where's a magical employee door?
To the back.
Far right. Where's the window for the food to be passed out the window?
Left.
Where's the shake machine?
A little bit to the right.
Middle right. Does it change?
No.
It's a system. 99 billion served by 14-year-olds. Not even the smart ones. Smart ones go to In-N-Out. Anyone ever been to In-N-Out on the West Coast? How many In-N-Outs have you been to? 0. It's a West Coast company. It's like McDonald's was 40 years ago. It's like the cool place. There's only burger, cheeseburger, French fries, and it's all nice and natural, but it's delicious. But it's amazing. You're guaranteed to get a stomach ache, but it's amazing. They all look the same. The menu's the same. It's called a system. Nobody's like, I'm going to start my McDonald's and we're going to put seasoning salt in the fries. We don't care if you like seasoning salt. They'll yank your McDonald's. Now, is there room for you to be an entrepreneur inside of these steps? Of course. Is there room for your style? Absolutely. Your culture? Sure. Your leadership? Yes. Run the 3 steps. Somebody gets started, give them a getting started training. Always, 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 always. Your job as a director is not to give the getting started training. Your job is to make sure somebody gives them the getting started training. In fact, as a director, your job is none of these three, except to make sure it gets done by an upline. Like, you should be blowing up an upline. Hey, Bob needs this. Bob needs this. Sally needs this. You didn't manage up. You are green. You are knighted to manage up. Call everyone upline and say, Bob has to have this. Let's go. Get on it. Bob needs a party. Bob needs a party. Now, if you're a leader because you've been trained in other areas of your life and this is very second nature to you, you want to go do the party, be my guest. What I'm telling you is you don't have to. You just need to know there is a system and your job is to be the eyes. You're the check and balance. Manage up. Call your uplines like, Bob needs this, Sally needs this, John needs this. Let's go. Let's go. Help, help, help. ADs, you should be integrating into parts of the system. RDs, you should be able to be interchanged into any part of these three steps. NDs, you own the system. Shareholders, you own it. You down, you own it. Make sense?
Yep.
Yes.
So now, figure out what rank you are. If you're an RD, C should be able to say to you at any time, Gary, you go do that party, I'm going to go do that party. You go do calls with those two and do a challenge hour, I'm going to go do calls with these two in a challenge hour. If you're a director, you need to get on the phone with Gary and C and be like, hey, you got 4 people that still haven't had a challenge hour. When can we do it? They'll be like, get them on the phone. We'll schedule it now. GST is just to get them in the right direction, get them going in direction, give them 5 basic steps, get the game plan rolling, give them some goals. You know what the key to the GST is? One key. To schedule step 2 and step 3. That's the key to getting started training. So that's why I say, as a director, you got to be like, all right, let's go through this. Okay, we got to get your stuff scheduled. Let's get some scheduled. Martin, let's get the schedule. Manny, let's get the schedule. Step 2. This is the IGAs, income generating activities. Income generating activities. Talking to new people. Every new person is a gateway to hundreds of other new people. The style of marketing that we do is called blank marketing. What's the blank? Network marketing. It's network marketing because we market to people's networks. Hence, network marketing. That's why it's not telemarketing. That's why it's not that's why it's not television marketing, email marketing. It's not social media marketing. It's network marketing. We market to people's what?
Network.
The moment somebody enrolls, you got 24 hours to 48 hours to get to their network. Here's why you only have 24 to 48 hours. In 5 minutes, I'm going to disappear from the front of the room, and I'll let you wrap up with closing thoughts. All you guys, your 1 minute tip each. I'll let you guys wrap. But Ashley's got a call. I got a 9:30. I think Ashley's got maybe a 10. 10:15. I got 9:30, 10:15. So you got 24 to 48 hours to do that challenge hour. The reason why is it is impossible for someone to stay quiet longer than that. How many of you guys, when you signed up, you dropped your 500? How long was it before you talked to your first person? You picked up the phone, called somebody. How long was it?
2 hours.
2 hours? Anybody else?
Called them before.
Before I even signed up?
1 hour.
1 hour? Actually, let me say this a different way. Oh, yeah, I'm saying it right. Keep going. 2 hours, 1 hour,
5 minutes.
5 minutes.
Back and forth.
Okay, now, the grand majority of people are unskilled in sales. So when they call that person, you know what they're saying?
All the wrong things.
It sounds like this. Oh my God, listen, okay, listen, you're not gonna believe this. So like there's this thing, right? And I just signed up for it, it's so cool, it's amazing, they got this stuff. There's like this white powder and this green juice that glows in the dark, it's unbelievable. And I was at the thing and there was all these cars, like BMWs, and they're all free ones, there's like dozens of them. It was so cool, and I met all these amazing people. They were clapping, there's this crowd, and there's a stage, and there's this guy who's like a billionaire, and we all talked about the stuff, and like, okay, let me start over. So first of all, I spent $500, I got stuff in the mail, and then like what I'm gonna do is you're gonna sign up for $500, and then I'm gonna get paid, and then you get other people to sign up for $500, and I get paid again, and then after a while, we get promoted to Intergalactic Starship Enterprise Leader, and then all become millionaires. Man, you gotta do this. You in? What? You're in one of those because it sounds like you're in one of those things. In fact, they should be saying you're in an illegal pyramid because whatever you said sounded like that. You said nothing about weight loss, challenge, customers, transformation, like what we do, our end game, right? Just throwing up all over people. That's what the grand majority of people do. They say some version of what I just said. And everyone on their list is like, you're crazy, you're stupid, you're wasting your time. Is this even legal? Because it sounds crazy, it sounds stupid, and it sounds illegal the way they explained it. If you don't dive in to step 2 with them, within 48 hours, they're gone. Because they've talked to people the wrong way, and they got blasted. I tell people this, don't talk to anyone, 0 people, until we sit down. Text out your video with the words I gave you in the Getting Started training. That's it. And then we will sit down and call them together. If you choose to talk to people against my advice, and you don't know how to explain it, and they ask you questions you don't know how to answer, and it makes you feel a certain way, and you get beat up, just remember I warned you. Now you've prepared them for it. That way when they do it the first time, they're like, oh, he told me that. You're doing 2 things here. You're trying to save this person from their network. More, as important, you're trying to save this person's network from them. How many of you guys, you said you spewed some nonsense to somebody early on, and they still won't talk to you about what you do? Right? I got people that still think I'm doing a phone thing from 1997, right? No clue. Because I had no idea how to explain it 20 years ago, what I was doing. Step 3 is the party. Got to get in their calendar. The party is the measurement of whether or not they're in. If there's no party on the book, how committed are they?
None.
There's 0 commitment. I would be very, very worried if somebody would not put a party on the book. They're telling me I've spent the money, but I got no commitment to do this. They don't have a next step. The next step is the party. Now, some people, 20%, for one reason or another, they have an avoidance to wanting to put people they know, their own friends and family, in their living room. Then don't do it. Just go meet with 3. Okay, fine. You want to meet with 3 people at Starbucks? What do you want to do? 3 people at the hotel lobby? You got to do blank marketing. What's the blank?
Network.
So market to their network, but do the party if you can. More of their friends and family will show up. It's more comfortable. It's an easier buying environment. If you got it, say I got it.
Got it.
Okay, what do we do? There's no real slides left except Vet Digital and the convention. Yeah, okay. So I'll wrap up with this. How many of you guys learned something today? How many of you guys are already on Vet Digital? Okay, 3 or 4 of you that are not, get on this. There are 300 trainings like I just did tonight in this living room sitting on there. Here's the way I explain this. I've met probably tens of thousands of people that have said this quote in their mind or in person at some point. Man, if I just had $1 million, just tell me what to do, teach me, give me direction. If I just had $1 million, I would do it. Anyone ever said that before in their life?
Yep.
How about 52 of them? 52 millionaires have hundreds of videos that are on your phone right now. And you could be walking around the block getting 30 minutes of training. And they all made $1 million to tens of millions in the last 5 to 6 years. How to get customers, how to prepare, how to be disciplined, how to be committed, everything you can think of that will apply to every area of your life. You're going to get better at your job. You're going to get better in your relationships. You're going to get better in your body. You're going to get better in your vibe business. You're going to get better in your parenting. This is about developing your leadership, your skill set, and your mindset, not just your VI income. Hey, newsflash, your VI income, if you write notes, this might be a good one. Your VI income is going to be a direct correlation between how well you develop your skill set, your mindset, and your leadership. You develop those 3, your income will develop. I want you guys, I love it when I meet people who are like, you know what, I couldn't make that business work. But I'll tell you what happened. Lost 20 pounds, love the product, use them all the time. And I've learned so much, you guys, more than any of my 5-year degree, 5 months with you guys. And I'm so much better at my job now. That's a result. That's impactful. And that has a residual impact. Get on Vet Digital and listen to at least one training a week, let alone one a day. 30 minutes a day. We find time for 30 minutes of. It's no longer TV. People are like, oh, I don't watch TV. Yeah, I know, because you spend 4 hours a day dicking around on your social media. you replaced your 4 hours of TV or your 2 hours of TV with 2 hours of social media. It's the same time waster. You just redirected the time waster, right? Like, I get it because I'm guilty as well. Like, it's way harder. Social media is way harder than television. There's only 2 places to find it, right? Your television. Social media is like there all the time. It's like a nervous habit for most people. Like, don't look. I'm just like, I'm not gonna like, don't look, don't open it, don't touch it, don't touch it. And it's terrible. But here's the reality. Do most people work in a work environment where they have negative employees or bosses around them every day they go to work? Yes or no?
Yep.
Yes.
Do most people live in a neighborhood where they have neighbors, at least some of them, that are negative all the time? Yes or no?
Yes.
Do they have family members in their outer circle family that are negative, or friends negative all the time? Yes or no?
Yes.
What about, do a lot of these people have inner circle family members that are negative a lot of the times? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, so let me get this straight. Someone's asleep for 8 hours and they're awake 16 hours. And they're awake with family, friends, and coworkers. 16 hours a day, except when they decide to have some alone time and watch some TV. God forbid they turn on CNN, which stands for constant negative news. Or worse. You know what's worse than television? Social media. I was able to escape every newspaper and news channel for, could have been 17 years. No, minus 5. 19 years, minus 5. 14 years, I escaped them all. Now, there's 1 million news channels dumping into my news feed. I can't block them fast enough. Every negative news channel on the planet dumping into people's mind all day long. The same negative story that you used to only get on your 9 o'clock news and your newspaper. You know why you need Vet? Because for 16 hours a day, that's what you're up against. You should probably take 30 minutes a day to fight back. At least. Today you took 1 hour and 10 minutes to fight back. Bravo to you. Appreciate that. So, rapid fire. Let me grab Brother C. Let me grab Ash, just have a female voice. And let me grab our new executive director as of last week, Mr. Tyrone. Bring it up, bring it up. Guys, wrap it up with 60 to 90 seconds worth of anything you want to share with them as new directors and area directors. Obviously, conventions this weekend, so you might want to give what's your best tip. Actually, here's my closing tip so you guys don't give it. When you're done, make the food disappear. Eat some and take it. We don't need it. And here's my number 1 tip. You have time to get one more person to Orlando.
Yes.
Your brain tells you you don't. There's people way more spontaneous than you. Go find them.
Right.
I have the email for you. I just need an address.
Okay, nick@vi.com. I have no idea what that's to do with what we're talking about. nick@vi.com. You have enough time to get one spontaneous person to that event, Orlando. I know you think you don't. They're more spontaneous than you. They'll go. 90 seconds each. Guys, I'm going to disappear. I'm 3 minutes late to my call. Thank you for coming tonight. Congratulations. I'll see you this weekend. You guys are amazing. Thank you.
All right, so biggest tip. I think when Nick talked about it and he said, how long did you go before you talked to someone? I don't remember how long I went before I talked to someone because I think it was immediate. And I didn't know that there was a list of 25 because my list was probably 300. So my biggest tip for you, and it took me 10 months to get to 1-star ambassador, 4 months I made it to shareholder, which would have been 40,000 actually at the time. and I was working constantly. So when they're talking about condensing time and people that you're talking to, you want to, every minute you're not at a job or spending quality time, you want to be working on your business. And I say to take it that serious because equity is only on the table for a couple of months. So you literally have to work like someone's working to take it away from you because they are. So when you look at your list, the people you know, how many homes you're going to be in, I'll tell you, in October I hit RD and it took me 9 days. The month of November, Gons took everything for the house and the kids, so he would come home from the Army and take the kids. I was tagged and out the door in a home every single night in November. Our volume went from 12,000 up to 21,000 or 28,000. Okay, thanks. Obviously his numbers. So 29,000 closing in November, and it was because I was in those homes. So the faster you get in the homes, the faster you reach those people, the faster you book a party from a party, and you will never run out of people. So you have your starting 300, and then you're constantly meeting new people, new energy, new stories that will further build your business. So in NST, yeah, continue growing. I think we're up to 30-something people in the house right now. I think Tyrone pushing it with 37, and we're still plugging them more. So
On top of each other.
Amanda's gonna be in a sleeping bag on the floor.
Outside.
Outside. I'm going to take it a different way for my skilled people because I had a different approach. I went and talked to everybody at Navy too, but I got them to sign up for Stark Motors. I made my money back in 24 hours. I hit RD in 9 days because I was calling my friend and saying, hey man, I know you got $1,000, bro. We wasted in Vegas. Come do this with me. Yes, that is not duplicatable. So following this simple system, it took me forever to go from RD to ND because I was recruiting 10 to 12 people a month, but they weren't staying. Nobody could do the same thing. When I came back this time and did it the right way, I'm recruiting way less with a smaller team. We're a whole lot more efficient now because we're following this little simple system. And I know I looked at this and I was like, oh, this is simple. I don't need to do it. You know, we're going to do this my way because it's going to work a whole lot faster. I thought I was going to come here and ambassador in 3 months. I'm like, you just need 3 friends. Just tell them to do it. It doesn't work like that. You got to follow it. It works. I watched my volume go from 27 to 38 to 67 last month from following the simple system.
Oh,
To our-
sorry.
Let's go.
What you guys just experienced is historical. The 3 of us went out from your backyard. I don't know if you guys realize that. We're implants. We came here to do just this. Okay, so when I got the call that, hey, we're going to come together with the folks that hit director and above over the house, this is what I envisioned from the time I was leaving Chicago coming here. It doesn't happen that fast. I thought it was going to happen in 30 days. I thought in 30 days we was going to have this. It didn't happen in 30 days. So, and it was going to happen anyway. It happened, yes?
Yes.
And what happened with? You guys, right? So that alone, you should go home feeling honored. You're not lying. You sat down with the owner of the company on a strategic run with your area, with your marketplace. You had dinner, you mingled, you tore, and he opened up to you on how he changed his life and what they're going to do. They're going to do it anyway. Okay? And one of the values of the company is simplicity. This is so darn simple from where I came from. It's ridiculous. And some of my partners who's in the room probably now gonna really value when I'm on your ass. It's that simple. Don't be the tool. Use the tool. I don't need to do this. I've been in the game 20 years. But like Tyrone just said, I'm not duplicatable. I can recruit every day. I can get people to sign. Okay? But as if they can do the same. See, so like you said, the leadership also, we get carried away at times that we figure, you know what? She don't want to hear that. No, she needs to hear that. You know what I mean? Parties is important. The GST is important. At your parties, you should make sure that your party finished enough that you can play that 15-minute or that 10-minute GST video before that person leaves. Especially if they said, I'm in, I'm a number 3. Pull the number 3s by themselves and have them look at the GST before they leave. But like you said, they're going to go out there and going to run their mouths. And they're going to get hit up. Okay? So you guys are in an excellent position. It's not about our stories anymore. It's about you guys' stories. I'm going to sell the heck out of your stories now. I know how to do that very well. I'm a promoter. I know how to talk about it. You're a director. He did it in X amount of days. She did it. That's the stories. That's what the Bible is made out of. The Bible is made out of a bunch of stories in a book that this thick. The New Testament and the Old Testament. It's stories. Last week was Easter. I had the opportunity to be home. And guess what I saw? A bunch of what? Bible what? Stories. Story about Noah, story about Jesus, story about Daniel's in the lion den. It was a bunch of stories. We want to create now your stories. And nobody's story is better than anybody's story. Because every one of you guys can impact different people. Okay? So that take that to heart. What you just heard from your co-founder. And make it historical for tonight. Tonight, April 6th? April 6, 2006 was a turning point in my life. For some of you guys that's on track, great, put a boost. Some of you guys now is an eye opener, hey, turn it around. Yeah, it's that simple. Now let's dominate. We're now going into the springtime, excellent. Weight loss season. Then we're going into what? The summertime. Y'all in the back. I spoke to some folks on the East Coast and in the Midwest. Talking Quady today. He showed us the video. They got snow. He can't wait to get out here tomorrow. And that limits their business to some degree. You guys have this warm weather. Short sleeves all the time. And if one person or two persons show up at your challenge party, you treat it like it's 6,000 people in there. You don't dilute it. Never. You never dilute it. Never. Because that one person could be that person. That person. You feel me? Never dilute it. You run the party the same way. You never make no disclaimer. Well, there's only you two here. A lot of people stuck in the 95. No. It's about them. It's about them. Okay, guys? And have fun with it. But again, keep challenging. Keep challenging. They don't know the script. A lot of people don't think they know the script. That's all. I start out my accountability calls running the script on my team members now. Let's run hey, I was challenged to lose 10 pounds and feed a child, lost 24 pounds, no longer cholesterol medication, transfer from exercise to medium from 40 ways to 34 ways, and sexy and I love myself. I say like in my social security number now. And people like it because I'm confident in me saying it. One guy said, what did you lose? Run the same script on it. I lost 24 pounds and no longer cholesterol medication. They're the same story. So he came off confident with competence. Hey man, well, I need to find out some more information about that. Bam, numbers exchanged, I was gone. You guys can do this? Yes or no?
Yes.
Will we do it?
Yes.
Yeah, we want to be proud of you. We want that next set of stories all about you. So let's go out there, kick some butt. Like you said, let's put another call in there for the national. The next one's not going to be here. Folks are already here. Folks are flying right now and traveling here. People from Europe is coming in. This is your backyard. Now, do whatever it takes to get some folks there, because it's never going to be the same. Like the Super Bowl, like the Grammys, the American Music Awards. So I look forward to seeing you guys. Safe travels. Let's rock South Florida.
Hey guys, let's take a selfie before you leave.